Yo, what is up, YouTube? What is up? Love y'all. We're gonna be getting to Charlie Kirk, I guess, destroying some OnlyFans chicks, sex workers, on whatever podcast. Honestly, I don't know why we keep going on this podcast, but I get it. We could always reach someone in the audience, maybe reach someone on the table as well. Let's get to it, man.
Well, it's not the highest and best use, and it's not a talent, because, as I said, in my belief, it is should be saved in a sacred domain. We're not going to agree on that, but I hope you change course. I think you'll be happier and more joyful, and I pray you don't have to suffer too much to realize that.
Well, in my belief, this is my most happy and joyful.
So if Molly made like a huge pivot and started doing politics, would you support her political like runs and bids?
It's not a matter of politics. I mean, I want what's best for all of you here, and I don't think filming yourself having sex with men is the highest and best use of your talents. In fact, I think it personally has done a lot of damage to a lot of young men. And don't take my word for it. Look, you can read the book by Gary Wilson, Your Brain on Porn. It is the #1 drug in America right now, and it impacts
Well, it
men.
definitely isn't healthy.
Okay, so it's not healthy, so
No.
we agree. So
Yeah.
let me ask a moral question. What do you guys think of drug dealers that push fentanyl? Good people or not good people?
Probably not.
Not
Yeah.
good people.
So
I mean,
if,
that's
if we
killing
agree
people.
that porn is a
isn't
drug,
killing people.
but hold on a second. If porn is a drug, how is Molly not either drug dealer or a drug manufacturer?
How is
It's different
comparing porn
levels
to
of
fentanyl?
addiction.
There's so many other drugs.
Well,
Like
hold on,
weed is
but-
not fentanyl.
But
Weed's fine.
we agree.
Porn's
Well,
fine.
I wouldn't say weed is fine, but
Porn
it is
doesn't
not
kill
as bad as
people.
fentanyl. But
I mean,
do we?
there's different levels.
Do you believe
to, like,
porn is a drug?
I think it's an addiction. A drug
Okay.
is a no.
So
Why
what
you
is
making-
what is
So why do you keep making more men addicted to your content then? Why don't you stop if it's addicting? If anything that's addicting is bad, why would you keep making content that's addicting to men that are trying to get off that type of content and better their life? Yes, a man too is to blame. Why do you keep going on that content? Because it's addicting, right? Unfortunately, that content will never cease to exist. But what you can do is try your best not to get to that content. Delete whatever is allowing you to keep going on that content and to help you wean off that addiction slowly but surely.
porn do to the male mind?
I don't know. I'm not a male.
Okay, yeah, it is the same biochemical release as cocaine. It's almost identical. In fact, it's even more powerful at times. Not to mention the damage it does to their relationships and
Well, yeah.
how it has to rewire their brain. That goes without saying. But
I don't really see the comparison with like fentanyl and porn though, because fentanyl actually kills people and
And is highly addictive.
So-
I know right now, currently, like porn addiction is not recognized in the DSM-5 as a legitimate addiction. The only behavioral-based addiction would be drug addiction, something like fentanyl or whatever. Every other type of addiction is something that's like so that you can't, or sorry, not drug-based, gambling. That's what it is. Gambling addiction is very real, but I don't believe porn
What is it, Walmart Mia Khalifa or something like that, bro?
addiction is. I think you can have impulse control issues with porn, but that would be like any other thing that you could have difficulty controlling, like your consumption of.
So,
Go ahead,
I was
Molly,
gonna-
please.
So my
Yeah.
my question is like I kind of have a comparison of my own, and I'll try and sum this up as fast as I can. But basically, when prohibition happened, you know, people said that alcohol, it was not good for you. It led to deaths. It led to arguments, negative things, whatever. Prohibition happened. People still found ways to have parties with alcohol, drink alcohol. Speakeasies existed. The only thing that happened was people didn't stop drinking alcohol. People started getting arrested and punished for it. And it started ruining people's livelihoods in that way instead of in a way that they have control over, meaning that they can stop the addiction by getting help at any time. So my question is, if you think porn is so bad, like an addiction like that, what's your solution? Because if you're going to get rid of it, it's still going to exist.
Well, the
Yeah.
first solution, I mean, can you at least agree, Molly, that minors shouldn't be viewing porn?
100%.
Okay, good. So the
for a reason.
Yeah.
well, the age verification.
I mean, most of porn viewers are freaking minors, bro. Like, let's be honest. Come on. We know this.
A little
well,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Utah and Texas passed laws that Pornhub sued that made it more robust. You had to actually provide an ID, and Pornhub didn't like that because they said it would limit their traffic. So would you all agree that if there was robust ID checking, that would, like 18, we can at least agree we could draw the line
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I feel like that's the normal age. For
Okay,
like,
I'm glad to hear that. So on the other side, though, I mean, I think we have to acknowledge that the average American male spending anywhere between 45 minutes to 90 minutes on porn websites, it varies. I mean, this is a new phenomenon, and I just want to reiterate it, that
a long time
highly
to yourself, boy.
interactive, three-dimensional video that triggers dopaminergic responses in the brain is unlike anything we've encountered. The science is still being studied, and Gary Wilson's book is phenomenal on this, Your Brain on Porn. In fact, it is the most used, let's just say product, we don't have to say drug, product for young men in this country. And I guess you would all say that, let me just ask you, how many of you are thrilled with the status of American men? You think that they're strong and confident and they tell the truth?
I love an American man as an Irish girl, definitely.
Okay, well then, you're the exception.
They're all
The Americans
horrible.
are silent.
Okay, you see, yeah, but
Not
hold
all.
on, and I'm not going to say it's only because of porn, because that would not be fair, but porn consumption does not make better men.
No,
You agree?
I agree 100%.
So that's where I'm just trying to introduce into the conversation. You said, what is the solution? So I would just say, Molly, my advice, well, my ask for you is, for people to stop participating in it, for that's not going to happen because the money is so good. But we should draw the line at 18. It should be very, very hard to access. But to your point, Molly, you're not wrong. People would always find it. But we should draw a line in the sand somewhere, especially with minors, or have some sort of, we should have some sort of acknowledgement that this is destroying parts of society. And I won't say it's worse than fentanyl, but in some ways it's very, very sneaky. A lot of married men watch pornography. As I said, I've had my own personal struggles with it. It's incredibly addictive. It's incredibly powerful. It also creates depressive effects in about half of the men that consume pornography. And I would just say that, young ladies, it affects women differently than men. Men are 50 times more visual oriented than women. And that's not to say that women don't consume pornography. They do, in increasingly higher rates. But I think it's a social toxin right now.
I don't think that's anything.
Hold on, just a second.
Charlie Cook Enjoyer donated $200. Hey Charlie, just want to say
Man, this
thank
dude's
you
rich,
for
man.
everything you do. You are a force for good in America. Great to see you on the Whatever podcast. Question, would you ever consider running for office?
It's so scripted. No, not anytime soon. But thank you for the $200 to.
Wait, I have a question for you
Yeah,
actually,
please,
just
sure.
because I don't
Yeah.
really know who you are, but there's like a lot of
You're very
politics.
lucky. You're very,
okay.
very lucky.
I was just like, what do you do? Because I've seen you've mentioned politics, and now that what do you?
I run a
Yeah, that's it. At least, man, we as men need to give up the porn, give up the sex stuff. Man, just reduce it. It's addictive, bro. And I understand it. It's addictive, man. It's addictive. But once it gets a hold of you, man, it's hard to stop. So please, man, I'm begging you. If you're watching that stuff, try to cut it out your life. Eventually, man. Slowly but surely. Stop following these sex workers online. Stop paying them. Stop doing all this stuff. Right? Because all this stuff is just demons. Most of these girls are possessed by demons. You could just see it in their face. Right? You could just see it. The way they dress, the way they talk, the way they look at you. You could tell in their eyes. It's either someone touched them as little kids or they were experiencing with some certain drugs. It opens some demonic portals. Now they're being possessed by some demon. Right? Unfortunately, they don't know that there's a demon in them, or they could know, but they're dealing with it. But most of the time, people don't know there's a demon inhabited in them, in their mind, their soul, their whole being. So, man, we just got to pray for these women. Unfortunately, pray for them. I hope they find peace, right? Hopefully, God opens their mind and unveils that veil from their eyes so they can see the truth, right? Thank y'all for watching. Peace.